Hey everyone! Today we'll be changing the headlight bulb on my 1999 Acura RL. Stay tuned. I received a question from Randall C in the comments section of the fog light bulb replacement video, and that question pertained to how to replace the headlight bulb. So I thought I'd show how that's done. Since the Acura RL uses HID or high intensity discharge bulbs, it's very important that you follow these procedures and not take shortcuts because there is a serious risk of electrocution. To set up for this headlight bulb replacement, I have the car in the garage and out of the rain and away from any other water sources. Okay, so if you still have the original factory stereo installed, you're going to need radio code. So I have my radio code stored in my glove box on this anti-theft radio identification card. To get started, we'll set the combination light switch on the steering column to the off position. We'll then pop the hood and disconnect the battery cables using a 10mm wrench. The negative cable should be disconnected first, followed by the positive cable. If you're replacing the passenger side headlight bulb, you don't have to remove anything in order to get at the cover on the back of the housing. But if you're doing the driver's side, you'll have to remove the black vacuum tank and the coolant reservoir, and those just slide up and out of their respective brackets. We're going to be working on the driver's side here. With the black vacuum tank and the coolant reservoir out of the way, we can go ahead and remove the cover on the rear of the housing. You'll first need to disconnect the wire harness at the top of the housing, and that's done by pressing down on the tab and gently wiggling the harness until it's free. Using a T20 Torx security bit, remove the screw from the housing's cover. Unlike a standard Torx bit, a security bit has a hole in the center. Rotate the cover 45 degrees counterclockwise, then remove it from the housing. Remove the socket from the end of the bulb by rotating it 45 degrees counterclockwise. Press on the curled end of the retaining spring to release it from the metal bracket on the housing, then swing it upward. The bulb can now be removed from the housing. The OEM bulb is D2R and it's 35 watts, and like most bulbs, be careful to not touch the glass portion of the bulb with your bare hands or any oily substances, as this could shorten its life. See the link in the description below. To install the replacement bulb, the large slot on the end of the bulb's housing should be facing up so that the bulb seats correctly in the headlight housing. Swing the retaining spring down, then snap the end of the spring into place under the metal bracket. Line up the socket slots with the end of the bulb, then press and turn it 45 degrees clockwise. You should feel a bit of spring action during this process. Line up the cover on the rear of the housing, then turn it 45 degrees clockwise. Reinstall the screw, then reconnect the wire harness, making sure the harness snaps into place. Using our 10mm wrench, we're next going to reconnect the battery cables. The positive is connected first, followed by the negative. Reinstall the coolant reservoir and the vacuum tank onto their respective brackets. Lastly, turn on the headlights to verify the bulb is working.